Hello everybody! I thought I'd show you a technique video. One that I've done a couple of times and I really like them, and I've had lots and lots of positive comments on it, so I hope you're going to like it as well. Basically what it is a never-ending card. Now this is one that I did for one of my little lovelies at Christmas. So it's a flat card, as you can see, but when you open it, it opens that way and that way, and then that way and that way, and then that way and that way, and then again back to the beginning, and it just keeps going and going and going. Now I'm not going to show you how to decorate it. What I'm going to show you is how to actually make it. Alright, and then you can decide how you want to decorate them. Alright, so to make a never-ending card like this that keeps going and going and going, put it down because I keep fiddling with it, you are going to need 4 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 inches by 8 inches, which if you're centimetres, that is, what is that, 10 by 20 I think. Yeah, 10 by 20. All right, so 10 centimetres by 20 centimetres, or 4 inches by 8 inches. Now, I'm doing it in 2 different colours so that you can see what goes where and what works with what. All right, I just thought it might make it a bit easier for you to be able to put them together. Now, in addition to this, you're going to need some strong double-sided tape, which actually I'm going to just use this one for today. Yeah, that'll do. So that I can show you where it goes. Usually I would use glue or fast fuse, but I want you to see where the tape goes. So I'll use this one so you can see where I'm putting it. And this, because I can never get the backing off. And you're also going to need your scoreboard. Ta-da! My scoreboard. Right. Scoring is very easy. Take a piece of card, put it on your scoreboard, and then you just need to score at 2 and 6. All right, now you need to do that on every single piece. So on all 4 pieces, score at 2 and 6. And 2 and 6. And 2 and 6. There you go. Right, so all 4 pieces scored at 2 and 6. Now, this next bit is really important. You need your bone folder. Okay, where's my bone folder? Oh, there it is. Buried under all the rubbish. Right, bone folder. With these creases, okay, you need to make sure you fold and burnish each one really firmly both ways. Now, doing them firmly both ways now is going to save you a lot of bother when we actually put it all together. All right, so make sure you do both of them both ways so that they're nice and bendy. Over time, the more you bend this card, the better it gets anyway. But you need to start off, obviously, with a good base. So make sure you do both of them both ways. Nice and firm. Just like that. Both ways. Just like that. Right, stop singing. It's getting boring. Whoops. Got the other way on this one. Just to add a bit of variety to bone folding, bone scoring. No, what's it called? Burnishing. That's the word. It's called burnishing. Right, okay, so I now have my 4 pieces all scored at 2 and 6, all with nice flappy, flippy, floppy ends. Okay, now I'm going to start with pink ones. So move your others to the side. Get them fairly flat, it will help you. Now I'm going to draw on mine obviously you probably won't want to draw on yours, but I'm going to draw on mine so that you can see, oh, let's grab a pencil, where we're going. All right, now measure in, whoops, from the end 2 inches. All right, do that on both pieces. 2 inches and 2 inches. In fact, while you're doing it, you may as well do it on the others as well. Now, you might want to not go drawing on your card when you're actually making a proper card, but I would really recommend you practice making one of these before you go chopping up all your cardstock and your papers, because if you're anything like me, you'll do it at least 4 times before you manage to get it right. Okay, right, move them out of the way. Now, the reason we've done that is because we're going to put the tape just on that half. All right, you don't want to go past that middle line. So think of that as like your I don't know, your boundary. Whoops, stuck it to the paper. I'm going to put a bit there as well. You need to make sure this is a strong, firm hold, this square that we're doing. All right, because if it's not, it can mess up your card. Okay, so put your tape on properly, unlike me, who's going all over the place with it. Over the edges, over the middle. Just don't go over your fold line that I've done there, because that won't work. Right, okay, so we've got it on our 4. Now, next thing you want is to peel off just one of them. One corner, all right? Not all corners, just the one corner. And the reason you're doing that is just to make it easier to put it together. I've seen people do this where they do all of it in one go and it's just like, wow, you're so clever. Actually, no, you're not, because you've messed it up. Right, so take off one corner and then get one of your other pieces with your lines on it. And you need to match up like that. All right, so we're going to match this corner with the taped corner. Now you need to get it as precisely close and straight as you possibly can, which is where, if you've got Tombow glue, that will come in very handy, because Tombow gives you a little bit of manoeuvre. Obviously, double-sided tape doesn't. All right, so we've stuck it on and it's looking like that. All right, now we're going to do the same at the bottom. So again, peel it off, just like that. Whoop, come off. It's got stuck. There we go. And again, with your bottom bit, we're going to stick on this corner here. So line it up as best you can. And this time, when you line up, this is how I do it. You might find it easier to do it a different way. But when you line up, if you butt it fairly close to your other piece, don't worry too much if you're slightly off on your edges. It's your fold lines that you want to be precise on. So get your fold lines in place and then stick it down. Now you'll see from mine, I don't know if you can see, it might not show on the camera, but I'm slightly off at the bottom there and slightly over at the side here. That's fine, don't worry about it. Right, then turn over, get your other bit, and I've just looked at the time. I'm supposed to be keeping to 10 minutes on this video. I'm not, I'm over. Hey! That's because I talk too much. Sorry. Sorry. Right, this time we're actually going to take off all our tape. The whole lot. Come on, get off. That's it. And see where our squares are? That's where your tape's going to go. All right, so do the same thing that you did on that side to line it up. Line up those score lines, your fold marks, not the outside. All right, butt it up. I've probably butted it slightly too close. You want kind of like 0.5 millimetre gap, just like a smudge, to give it a bit of movement. Don't worry if you haven't got that, because you can trim it off and tidy it up afterwards. All right, so we've now got the card done, believe it or not. So when you fold it open, you fold it that way, and now this is where it's important to get your bone folder again, because you want to get folding again. All right, because you want to make sure that all of these folds are folding the way you want them to. Okay, see, it's giving a bit of a resistance at the moment, but once it's done it a few times, you'll find you're okay. Now, if you get stuck, see how my one got stuck there? That's all right, we can sort that out. All you do is you fold it out to where it's not stuck, and then just trim off the edge. Now, just trim a tiny, tiny slither. Don't do what I did first time I made one of these. I thought, oh, I better take off at least 1/8, or 3-4 millimeters. No, that was a fail, had to start all over again. All right, so just keep folding and burnishing right the way around until you get back to where you started. I think I've gone past where I started, actually. There we go. Now I'm back to where I started. All right, and that is your card. So from then on, you can then go and decorate it. Yep. See, that was getting caught there. So what I would do, when I've opened it, I can see I've actually gone over very slightly on that edge. So I'll just, using my guillotine, not my paper trimmer. Guillotine is better for this because you're going through different thicknesses of card. So with the guillotine, just a very, very tiny slither off that edge. All right, that one's getting stuck as well. Okay, so that's this edge here. I can see it's this edge because it's starting to curl the edge of the paper. So cardstock rather. So again, I'd lay it out and just cut a very tiny slither, very, very small, off that edge. Okay, and there you have a never-ending card. All right, have fun. See you later.